Hi everybody. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone is having a nice day. It's a lovely day today here in Lucknow. Very warm as usual. क्या करें? यही मजबूरी है, यही जिंदगी है, गर्मी ही रहनी है लखनऊ में तो. Anyway, here we are. Let's get started with our session for the day, guys. बिना टाइम वेस्ट किए फटाफट शुरू कर देते हैं. मैं चेक भी कर लेती हूँ कि मैं लाइव हूँ, स्ट्रीमिंग हूँ या नहीं. इन द मीन टाइम यूज अभी कैट लाइव टू सब्सक्राइब टू अनअकैडमी एंड गेट अ 10% ऑफ. गाइज देयर इज अ प्राइस हाइक दैट इज अबाउट टू हैपन. ठीक है ना, और बहुत अमेजिंग प्राइस हाइक होने वाली है, तो इसलिए यू मस्ट एक्ट फास्ट टू सेव नाउ. एकदम इमीडिएटली सब्सक्राइब कर लो. यूज माई कोड अभी कैट लाइव. अभी कैट जिंदा है to get your 10% off, and you can also call at this number for more details. So there is a lot of things going on guys, लेकिन ये price rise बहुत तेज होने वाली है, तो जल्दी से subscribe करो. Also guys, excellence batch है, mission success batch है, दोनों 23rd मार्च को start हो रहे हैं. Subscribe using अभी CAT live, आपको बहुत अच्छे offs भी मिलेंगे. ठीक है. ऑल्सो एक्साइटिंग न्यूज फॉर कैट एंड ओमेट एस्पिरेंट्स. अगर आप इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट हैं, आप आईटी के हैं, तो आप हमारा प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन ले सकते हो, वेर यू विल गेट अ 10% ऑफ ऑन यूजिंग माय रेफरल कोड, एज वेल एज यू गेट अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री कैंपस प्लेसमेंट आईटी जॉब सब्सक्रिप्शन ऑल्सो. तो उसके साथ साथ आप कैंपस प्लेसमेंट की तैयारियां भी कर सकते हो. यही बहुत अमेजिंग चीज है. और आइकॉनिक बेनिफिट्स बहुत सारे हैं, सारे प्लस के बेनिफिट्स तो हैं ही है, बट पर्सनल गाइडेंस भी मिलेगी, स्टडी प्लानर भी है, 1-to-1 लाइव मेंटरिंग भी है, टेस्ट एनालिसिस भी है, एंड एक्सपर्ट गाइडेंस भी है. सो आइकॉनिक हैज अ लॉट ऑफ बेनिफिट्स गाइस ऑन टॉप ऑफ द प्लस कोर्स. प्लस कोर्सेज बहुत सारे ऑफ पे चल रहे हैं, 20, 45, 54 और 60 पर मंथ्स का ऑफ चल रहा है. आइकॉनिक में भी बहुत ऑफ है गाइस. आइकॉनिक में मजा ये है, यू गेट ऑल द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ प्लस. Plus, you get 1-to-1 live mentorship, live doubt solving, and live concepts, and all of this at at your convenience. एक ऑडियो कॉल आप बुक कर सकते हैं. लैंग्वेज भी आप अपनी चूज कर सकते हो, कौन से लैंग्वेज में ऑडियो कॉल चाहिए. सो दैट्स द अमेजिंग थिंग यार. लास्ट चांस टू गेट इनटू अ टॉप बी स्कूल. महासेट हमारा लास्ट ऑप्शन होगा, एंड महासेट गाइस का बैच ये रहा, इट इज स्टार्टेड, सो जस्ट गेट स्टार्टेड. Remember referral code वही है अभी CAT live. Okay, ask a doubt is now available on the website also as well as the app. What you can do is you just have to click a photo of your question, upload it onto the website. You can ask up to 3 doubts at a go. ये बढ़िया चीज है. Then also guys, you can get solutions in your preferred language, Hindi, English या English, जो भी language में आपको solutions चाहिए, you can take the solutions in that. And guys, also if you feel that the solution is not right, then you can request a review for your solution also. So ये बहुत ही अच्छी चीज है. Alright, let's get started with our article for the day. प्यारा सा article है AEON RCs से, तो शुरू कर देते हैं. Here are your words for today's article. So primacy of course is importance. The prime importance, prime मतलब होता है number one. So primacy of something is the supremacy or the most importantness of something. So something that is important, that's primary. Luminous of course is shining. Anything that's luminous हम बता भी चुके, 2-3 दिन पहले डिस्कस कर रहे थे. Luminosity is brightness or shiningness. So yes, skeptical of course is someone who's very doubtful of the other person's intention. When you question that other person, so you're being skeptical. Transcendent of course when you cross into another layer or into another zone. Trans plus ascend. Trans means across and ascend means to climb. So transcendent means to climb over into another layer or strata. So that's transcendent. Potentiality is possibility. Assemblage of course is a collection. When you assemble many different things together, you are making an assemblage. और a montage भी कह सकते हैं, है ना, montage भी कह सकते हैं. ठीक है. Epistemological is related to epistemology study. This is philosophy that is about the study of how we know things. ये है epistemology. And ontological is that branch of, ontology is that branch of metaphysics that deals with the nature of existence. So epistemological and ontological दोनों ही are different types of philosophies. So ये रहे हमारे आज के words. If you want to click a snapshot, here you are. Alright, let's get started. The way of dharma. बड़ा अच्छा सा आर्टिकल था धर्म के ऊपर, तो I said कभी कभी ये भी पढ़ना चाहिए. So here we are. So I've cut out a portion from the article, something about Buddhism, and very interesting one. All right, by the 4th century BC, when early Buddhism grew into a movement, so we are talking of Buddhism right now. So early Buddhism grew into a movement. It began to contest and reject the primacy of the Vedas. So the Buddhists said, hey, it is not necessary that the Vedas are the supreme books or supreme knowledge. To do so, however, it borrowed ideas and images, including that of Dharma, from the Vedic world from which it had emerged. But because they wanted to contest the Vedas, they said, hey, they still had to borrow these ideas from the Vedas only, where they had emerged from there. But unlike the Vedic worldview, in which Dharma is first seen as the order-making mechanism and then over time acquires its ritualistic flavor, in the Buddha's discourse, it acquires a different and more radical meaning. So, Veda में या Vedic period में Dharma was a way of life, and then it became a ritual and religion, right? So that was first a rule-based order. However, in Buddhism, in Buddha's discourse, it had a very different and more radical meaning. Now, what Buddha called dharma, he called it dhamma. ठीक है ना? तो धम्मा की बात की थी. In the Vedic world, despite its luminously skeptical passages, such as in the Nasadiya Sukta, the hymn of creation, in which the poets question the existence of the gods themselves, the poetic utterances are seen as a revelation, a transcendent reality witnessed by the seer, the drashta. So वैदिक वर्ल्ड में आपके पास ऐसे पैसेजेस थे जो बहुत ही स्केप्टिकल थे, जो डाउट करते थे, जैसे कि ये नासदीय सूक्त है, जिसमें द पोएट इज क्वेश्चनिंग द फैक्ट वेदर गॉड्स एग्जिस्ट आल्सो. सो दे वुड क्वेश्चन एवरीथिंग, राइट? द पोएटिक utterances are seen as a revelation, something that is seen only by the wise, the seers. The result was a verbal universe in which words and the world was marked by substantiality. So everything had a substance, had a form. They contained real stuff, whatever that may be, and were held together by foundations. So in the Vedic religion or in the Vedic period, everything had to be substantial, had a form, had a structure, and had some foundation. In contrast, in the Buddha's discourses, so contrasted to Buddhism, words and concepts were presented as fluid potentialities. So these were just possibilities. They could move, they had one meaning, they could move into another meaning also. In Pali, the language of the early Buddhist works, our reality is born from an intricate play of sounds and symbols that rise and fall. तो sound जैसे rise and fall करती है, वैसे ही word का meaning भी change हो जाता है. As David Kalupahana writes, this was a world where a word occurs. Akharam anupaptati. और a concept takes place, sankham gacchati. तो या तो word occur करता है या तो एक concept occur करता है. In the Buddha's world, while the Pali word dhamma, which is dharma in Sanskrit, dhamma in Pali, is often translated as statements of doctrine. So these are ways, rules. The dhamma emerges as a set of instructions to annotate a model of reality that is understood to be an assemblage of phenomena that arises and dissipates. So dhamma is a set of rules. It is a model of reality where things occur and not occur also, depending on how they are being mentioned. Over the next 2 millennia, various schools of Hindus and Buddhists sought to establish the grounds, metaphysical, linguistic, epistemological and ontological, out of which their respective understandings of dharmas or dhammas arose. So both schools, Hinduism, Buddhism, all of them had their own thought processes. The next 2 millennium, they kind of tried to evolve. That didn't preclude dharma from becoming an ideological complex of norms, rules and rituals that bind society together. So whatever discussion was happening, dharma still became an ideological complex of norms, rules and rituals. So these kind of bound together the Hindus. This transformation came despite the Buddha, who loved using similes. So ye transformation hua even though there was Buddha who used a lot of similes, saying that dhamma was merely a raft that helped us cross from this side of the river of life to the other. So Buddha ने use किया अपना धर्म या धम्मा को as something, as a metaphor or as a simile, saying that this was just a raft, this was just a boat that would help you cross from one end of the life to the other. Inbuilt in his description was a pragmatic instinct So it was a very practical thought, teaching us that on occasion we would have to forsake what is considered the good in order to discover a more moral order. तो अगर एक more moral order चाहिए है तो कभी ना कभी अच्छी चीजों को भी we'll have to forsake, we'll have to let go. If there is a figure in Indian thought who embodies this pragmatic spirit, ये जो practical life वाली thought है, it is the God Krishna, who, as Janardhan Ganeri writes in 2007, often plays the role of a moral expert, one who parses between choices that, so Krishna was this, who parses between choices that themselves as duties with opposing outcomes and offers a solution that doesn't explicitly change tradition, but at the same time refuses to reduce the truth of a situation into a banal either or. तो कृष्णा आपको बहुत सारे ऐसे situations देते हैं जहां आपको choose करना होता है और ये either or situations नहीं होती हैं, क्योंकि दोनों ही केस में something bigger is in the offing. Krishna's understanding of dharma allows him to happily dash some commitments to transcendent ideals in order to facilitate the wider goal of human flourishing and social stability. So Krishna is probably doing something to some commitments in order to let the social order, humans, grow into better things. In this, Krishna is the opposite of the Puranic heroes my aunt was telling me about. So the author's aunt probably was telling him about some Puranic heroes who were very straightforward, जिनके एक set of rules थे वो वही follow करते थे. In this, Krishna is different from those Puranic heroes. So that's our excerpt for today, guys. Here are our questions. Here's question number 1. What's the purpose of the passage? To describe Dharma and Buddhism, to introduce the philosophy of Dharma, to reveal the Dharma of Krishna, to deny the existence of Dharma. Let's take a look. Take a minute and solve it. Guys, please remember to hit the like button. Good morning, Archit, Deepti, Shruti, Priya, Anjali, Aman, Palak, Anveshita, Satun, Harsh, Dipali, Ajay, Preeti, Maestro, Arya, Siddharth, Krishna, Shubham, Gar, Vidhi, Amrita, Swayashi, Avinash, Aman, Prateek. 9 a.m. Prateek. Wonderful, you guys. Yes, the correct answer here is A, to describe Dharma and Buddhism. To introduce the philosophy of Dharma, not just to introduce it, we were already talking of Dharma in Buddhism. To reveal the Dharma of Krishna, no, that was just one tiny portion of the passage. To deny the existence, no, he does not deny this at all. So no, not D. Yes, the correct answer is A, and I can see a lot of A's here. So good job, you guys. All right, let's look at the second question. Here is the second question. Which of these is suggested in the passage? So Hindus and Buddhists have different religious tenets. Buddhism considers words as potentialities. Krishna was not a traditional Puranic hero, and Dhamma was merely a raft. Everyone, please hit the like button. Also share the session with everyone you know in all your groups. All right. So let's take a look at our answers. Question number 2 के answers आने लगे हैं. Yes, आ रहे हैं बिल्कुल. I've started getting my answers. Dhamma was merely a raft was a mentioned fact in the passage. So this cannot be suggested. Remember, suggested means something that you can infer from the passage. The words infer, imply, and suggest all mean inference. So D is a fact and therefore cannot be an inference. Krishna was not a traditional Puranic hero is also mentioned in the passage. So cannot be my inference. Buddhism considers words as potentialities. Now this was also mentioned in the passage. Therefore this cannot be an inference also. Hindus and Buddhists have different religious tenets, and this is something that we can infer from the passage. How will we infer this? Now you have to understand, the writer says that though both of them have grown from the same Vedas, however, Buddha had a different leaning. He talked of Buddhism in potentialities, while Hinduism was more about substantialities, or what was more substantial. So the religious tenets obviously had to be different. So therefore this is something that the Hindus and Buddhists have different religious tenets is something that we could have inferred, and therefore correct answer will be A, my boys and girls. I can see some A's. No, don't give yourself any negative marks. Just give yourself a +1 if an answer is right. That's all I'm looking at. Okay, which of the following can be the tone of the author? By the 4th century BCE, when early Buddhism grew into a movement, it began to contest and reject the primacy of the Vedas. Is it excited? Is it opinionated? Is it matter of fact? Is it pedantic? Come on, guys. What do I mean by pedantic? I mean extremely theoretical and therefore very boring, right? What do I mean by matter of fact? Stating things as they are, right? What we call factual. Opinionated, of course, to give writers' opinion about something, whether it's good, whether it is bad. The minute you get into good or bad, okay, that's where the opinions lie. And excited, of course, when you're talking a lot and you're giving a lot of happiness out. So here, full of enthusiasm. Yay, let's do this. Okay, writer is writing. How will he write that? I don't know, but anyway. So excited, no. So the correct answer here, yes, will be matter of fact. The writer gives you data. Because by 4th century, early Buddhism grew into a movement. It began to contest and reject the primacy of the Vedas. Very clearly factual, matter of fact, or things as they are. So yes, matter of fact. All right, let's go to the last question. Fillers. I am now focusing on fillers because a lot of times you will get fillers in your exam. So let's practice this. अभी तक हमने word meanings तो कर लिए हैं बहुत, and I'm sure word meaning के question 1000 होते होंगे. हम लोग रोज एक बार करते हैं 12 बजे, तो इसलिए word meanings करने की जरूरत नहीं है यहाँ पे. अभी हम fillers पे focus करेंगे so that you learn how to do these fillers also. क्या words हो सकते हैं जो fill किए जा सकते हैं? Let's do that. Krishna's understanding of dharma allows him to happily dash some commitments to transcendent ideals in order to facilitate the wider goals of human flourishing and social stability. So, in order to facilitate the wider goal of human flourishing and social stability, what would he do with these other ideals or other commitments? उनको क्या करेगा? उनको accept करेगा, उनको devolve करेगा, उनको exceed करेगा, उनको abandon करेगा, क्या करेगा? दो चीजें हैं, ये कर सकते हैं, ये कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ये लार्जर गुड के लिए है, तो इसका क्या करेंगे? ऑब्वियसली इसको छोड़ना पड़ेगा. यही तो कर सकते हैं, तो यानी इसको हम क्या करेंगे? What are we going to do with it? Yes, we are going to abandon these ideals. So we are going to abandon. So Krishna would happily abandon some commitments to transcendent ideals in order to facilitate the wider goal of human flourishing and social stability. So therefore abandon. Devolve मतलब होता है progressively go into something bad. Exceed, of course, increase. Accept, of course, to take in. So none of these would work. Correct answer is B, abandon. Very good. All right, guys, let's take a look at your scores. फटाफट. अच्छा guys, आज open house नहीं है, by the way. अच्छा, आज 5 PM पे मैं perfection batch for grammar start करूंगी. Okay, we've been doing the perfection batch for para based. आज से हम perfection batch for grammar start कर देंगे. 99.99% ये possibility है. ठीक है, अगर launch हो जाएगा तो इसलिए please keep an eye out for the link. I'll post it in the group itself. Once the group में link is there, you can enroll to that so that we can get started at 5 PM today with our next topic. Okay guys, let's take a look at your scores. Deepti has got 3, Garv has got 3, Maestro has got 4, Anjali has got 3, Ajay 3, Arya 3, Dipali 2, Shruti 3, Harsh 3, Siddharth 2, Apurva 3, Shubham 3, Archit 3, Preeti 3, Priya 4, Zain 3, Satun 3, it's okay Naveen 2, Aman 3. Very good you guys. Vocab quiz as per schedule 12 बजे है guys. तो अपना schedule we'll stick 5 PM पे मैं कोशिश कर रही हूँ कि नया बैच आ जाए, अगर नहीं बैच आएगा तो स्पेशल क्लास लगा दूंगी, सो ध्यान रहे, उसका ध्यान रखना, ठीक है। ऑल्सो गाइज 8 PM पे है हमारा आज का बैच, आज हम क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग का 3rd सेशन करेंगे, सो आज हम लोग एक नया टॉपिक स्टार्ट करेंगे फॉर क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग। ओके गाइज, आई होप टू सी यू in all the classes. Keep an eye out for the the perfection batch for grammar at 5 PM. See you. अच्छा, remember to hit like, share, subscribe. Also guys, याद रहे कि प्राइस हाइक आने वाला है, तो अगर प्राइस हाइक आ रहा है तो प्लीज उसका फायदा उठा लो, उससे पहले सब्सक्राइब कर लो। IIT JEE नीट 10th 12th SSC बैंक पीओ सिविल सर्विसेज जहां पे भी करना है, बस रेफरल कोड एक ही चाहिए है, अभी CAT live, you'll get your 10% off and of course you get to be with me and study. All right everybody, thank you so much. Thanks Naveen. Thank you, Siddharth. Guys, hit the like, hit the share. You know I love it. See you at noon, everybody. Adios. By the way, open house for IFT will happen tomorrow evening at 10 PM. Right? Alternate days मैं कर रही हूँ open house, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. कल किया था ZAT के ऊपर, कल करूँगी, यानी Friday को करूँगी on IFT. Let's see you there. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.